Gotta get those levels right.
I'm a Sigma. I go out. I don't even.
Here we go.
Man Swoo.
Oh, fuck, blew it. Ready?
Man Swoo. Man Swoo.
This time. Third time lucky. Go.
Man Swoo.
Oi.
Man
Yeah, mate. Give us a big, give us a big squat up. Oh, he's back.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus. Jim fails, eh? The state of you. It's a
one
nice.
squat.
It's a nice. Yeah, do a deep one though. Get right down there.
I'll get right down.
Big squat. Yeah, that's deep.
You know,
Yeah, that's a good deepo.
how about a little 20 kg arm curl? You know. Ha!
Oh, mate, you're a specimen. Spesso. Oh, fuck, it'd be funny at the gym, I reckon, eh? Just making stupid gym noises.
What's that?
It'd be a lot of fun. I reckon you'd be a lot of fun at the gym, eh?
Oh, do you remember we used to do those videos
What ones?
when we used to go to the gym and I'd zoom in on your face?
That's right. You asshole. So the haggardest gym faces in the world is my face. You're a silly old sausage, aren't you?
Oh. All right, let's do it.
All right, well, let's kick it off. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Mr.
Yeah.
Hodgkinson.
Ah.
Guys, look at your tongue. Have you got a long tongue or a short tongue?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's pretty decent. That's a pretty decent sized tonguey. Yeah, it's not bad. Medium size, I'd call that.
Yeah, tangy.
Medium sized tongue.
Tangy.
I have an abnormally large tongue.
Up the wires, eh?
Have you seen my tongue?
Yeah, I hate your tongue.
Yeah, do you want to have a look at it?
Yeah. See enough of it, eh?
Ready? Here it is.
Oh. So colonial.
Look how big it is. Look how fast it is for cunnilingus.
It's so colonial.
It's cunnilingial. Cunnilingial.
I got that full, I actually do have that full, like, Poe tongue, you know, like the ones you see on the statues, on the Poe.
Yeah, you got a bloody Mary. You actually have a full Mary tongue. It's full Mary. You know, I love to just say Mary just for just the absolute piss take these days, just because it's so stupid. Yeah, still say Mary.
I have so much fun with other fellow Maori people.
Cool.
And
you got to take the piss out of yourself.
It's fucking, it's so fun. It really is.
Especially working for an iwi as well. Like you'll be that's even better.
Oh, there's some good ones.
Oh, I love that. I bet you guys have some good chats, eh? Some good laughs.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, what's been happening, mate? What's been happening, mate?
Oh,
how's life? Health checks. Let's do the old standard.
Health checks. Like I said, I haven't had 8 hours sleep in about. Well, I haven't actually had 6 hours sleep in about 7 or 8 days. So that's been fucking, yeah.
What from? You just got a bit of insomnos.
You know how I have to like sleep after work and then it fucks up my sleep pattern, but then I've got to get up, you know, 7:30 or 8 to go to work or start work because I work from home.
But then aren't you counting those midday sleeps as well as part of your your tally or what?
No, I'm talking about continuous.
Yeah.
Like the sleep science tells you that it has to be the best way to rest your body and your mind is obviously 8 hours plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and so I haven't had continuous.
They talk about the REM sleep as well, the sleep pattern, you know, you're supposed to, as long as you get into that good REM for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
That's when the good shit happens, my friend.
When I got diagnosed, I did all those sleep studies and AIDS tests. Got AIDS and sleep studies. I got AIDS at the sleep study, actually. And
Ooh.
when I say sleep study, no, I won't say that actually. But basically, they said you only like the average REM that everybody gets is about 2 hours a night.
Yeah.
So if you sleep 8 hours, you'll only actually get real deep sleep for about 2 hours of that. Quite interesting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I was thinking, like, maybe you would be able to get a bit of REM sleep in the afternoons when you have your little chrono naps.
They did count my chrono naps as well, and they were nothing. Like, not restorative. Nah. But like, they keep me going. Yeah. Health checks. We're going to put the house on the market. Great time to sell.
So mentally, that's a bit straining, I'd imagine.
Yeah, but I'm excited too because it's interesting, eh? Like, yeah, sort of. It's funny how with houses, you think you like something, and then you live in it for a year, and you're like, "Fuck, this isn't me," Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I hate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So I feel sorry for you having to go through that shit again. It's the worst, I reckon. Packing up, moving.
Oh man. Well, we're probably going to move into mum's for a while.
Oh no. It's even worse. Got to find storos.
Yeah. I got so much shit now too. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I got Roombas. Roombas.
You got fucking robot vacuum cleaners.
Got about 20 boogie boards. Fucking
soft tops galore.
Soft tops and longboards. Jesus.
Gym sets. Lounge suites. Beds.
Posters.
Posters ain't gonna be fuck all.
Microphones.
I don't know where podcast studios.
So yeah, the house, all right. I just had a really nice 24 hours in Hanmer with the girls.
How do you say? What did you say? What was the place called?
Hanmer.
Sorry, what? Hanmer
or Hanmer? Do you know how fucking Hanmer?
Yeah, it's so weird, eh?
Do you know how fucking retarded that place is called? Like, it's called Hanmer Springs after this guy, this clown called Hanmer, Lord Hanmer or some shit, right?
Yeah.
The cunt never went there.
Hey, are you serious?
He never went there.
For fuck's. Oh, that's ridiculous.
It's so retarded. He lived in Melbourne or some shit.
Just because he was a proper lord, we're going to name this movie section, these hot pools after you,
you fucks.
Sir, we're going to honor your existence with this little town.
The Maori, the Ngaitahu names for it's quite cool. It's like the
busted out, bro. What is it?
The place. Oh fuck, it's long. I can't remember it. Translates to the place of the flowing golden grass.
Oh.
So you can imagine the bros would have stopped over there back in the days. Ooh. Oh, let's go have a hot tub, G. This Pounamu's fucking heavy out.
Oh. Yeah, let's have a fucking pit stop, my G. It's fucking chill zone over here for a little bit in these.
Let's go have a boil up.
Fuck yeah. Have a proper boil up.
Let's go have a boil up out. Go put some TT in the boil up pot.
And some watercresses.
Get some watercresses, bro.
How's the physical health? You feeling okay, body wise? How's it looking? How's it feeling?
Well, I'm still in a fat Camp Ferraro and working out heaps and the eating. 90%'s in the kitchen, mate, and 10%'s in the gym. I might have just polished off some Nazi Goreng.
Nazi Goreng.
Nazi Goreng.
Nazi Goreng. I love German food. Oh man.
So the eating's not. I need to work on the eating, but I mean, I'm having a Coke Zero right now, but
no, it's not good.
Yeah, I need to work on that. But I'm enjoying I'm loving the workouts. About 4 or 5 a week.
Oh, that's good. That's more than me, right? I usually just do a minimum of 2. It's usually only 2 to 3. Never more than 3, really.
What about you, mate? Health,
Good, mate.
mental, physically,
mental upstairs has been it's been up and down, to be honest. Some tough weeks with work. It's been pretty shitty. Edison had a little minor surgery on her forehead this week, so that was a bit stressy as well, but that all went well. Out of 10, after a surf that I had today, that just always brings me up to like an 8, just instant, for me. Surf, get a couple of pipes, already back to the 8 zone. But pre-surf, I reckon I would have been sitting at about a 6, maybe a 5.7. 5.7 out of 10 mental health. Work sucks balls lately. Physical health, pretty good. I'm not too overweight, just a wee bit. Chubba lubs. Gymming, swimming, surfing, sauntering, walking. That's what I do. And chaff the foods, all the meats. Chaff the carnies. All the little wee carnival folk. Eat them up.
What?
Don't worry.
What?
Don't worry, mate.
I'm scared.
Dead ear, mate. Dead ear.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what to say.
That's okay. That's okay.
I think I want to quit the podcast.
Do it. Quit it. I'll just do a solo. I'll just do a Jolan monologue, just an absolute rant like you did last time.
Did you hear any? I didn't hear any. It didn't get any backlash from that rant. So either people don't. I think. What's that?
No, you carry on.
Either people don't give a fuck enough, or they just be like, "Oh yeah, fair enough."
Yeah. No, I didn't think it was too hardcore. It was good. I loved it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
That was good.
It's good to get that out there.
Yeah. No,
I think that the comparison that I actually forgot to actually say deep in the rant was like willful ignorance should be called out. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, are you that worried about the use of another language, or is it you just really don't like Maoris? Like,
you know, enough it's that, but yeah.
I don't have a problem with Maoris. It always starts that way, eh?
Yeah.
Always start. I'm not racist, but
yeah, there's definitely always a but. Love the bloody
so what's
brownies.
the biggest? I do actually have a show note.
Cool. Yeah, I've got a few, mate. I've got a few. I've been saving up.
Oh, good.
So
Can
you
I
tell
kick
me
off
yours?
My one?
Yeah, you show me yours and I'll show you mine.
Oh, I think the biggest controversy this week in the New Zealand boogie boarding scene is Aaron Naismith, aka the horniest man in Bali. We're in a professor
Magneto
X-Man, an X-Man helmet.
It's the Magneto helmet
at a 2-foot super suck.
You should have gone even lower. You should have said 1 foot, 1 foot super suck. It definitely wasn't that small. Fuck,
he knew this was he knew this was coming, but he knew we were going to talk about it.
Yes. I love those pics. That sequence he chucked up. Fuck, that just looks so dreamy. I was just like picturing myself backhand drop knee, getting tubed and then not making it out, getting lipped in the head. But fuck, that wave just looks so dreamy. The colors, the colors.
Headbutting the reef.
And then his fucking Magneto hat sitting there.
I
was like, is he dressing up? Like, is it like a Halloween over there or something? Is it costume parties? What's happening?
Fucking filthy, that thing.
I wonder what other cunts think when he's out there. They'll be like, whoa, this guy's serious. Jesus.
I think like I'm actually a little bit proud of him because he sent me a text about, I don't know, a week ago. And he just like one line, he's like, fucking no.
And real?
Yeah, he was off it. Like, I think because it was pumping.
Yeah.
And it was his first proper pumping session out there.
Yeah.
And he put the photo up of the crowd, and there was like 50 guys on it,
Yeah.
And he just couldn't get a bomb. And so
frustrating it would have been, eh?
Yeah. And he said it's just as shallow as socials, but for like 300 meters, And so he said, like, well, my theory is the reason why the pros get all the good waves on those reefs in Indo is just because they're real fit, so they just paddle real deep,
Yeah, I reckon that's it. And also they probably just like super arrogant, so they'll just paddle past you. They wouldn't give a fuck, especially if you're a bug. Like, later, bug, I'm fucking over here, brah, deeper than you, because I can get more speed than you, brah.
On the North Shore for 3 months, brah.
It's that guy with the weird helmet, dude. What the fuck?
But those good clips that he got, actually, we got to talk about that clip as well. Those good clips and those good photos that he got in the last few days. What he told me, he paddled out, like the first one to paddle out straight after like dead low tide. So he was the first one out there, and he just sat deeper than everyone the whole day, really.
Nice.
And yeah, he managed to get some goodies.
I think
that's the trick, because there's no fucking locals. Like there's locals, but not at those resort ones much. I don't think. He's saying there's no locals out there at Super Suck, because I think it's. I don't know enough about it, but yeah. So good on him, man. Like, well done. The fucking helmet is an absolute crime, though, NATO. Like, what? I can actually get it though. I can get it a little bit because he's there by himself. So, like, if he gets fucked up, like it's like you're counting on the goodwill of strangers to help you out, which people will, but then you're by yourself, like staying in your accommodation. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I do get it, but it's still fucking egg.
When we go to Raro, I'm definitely going to get a gaff though, for 2 reasons. One,
really?
Yeah, I'm going to wear a gaff just for the bigger days and for GoPro footage. I'm going to do. I don't like the mouth ones. I've told you. I just don't like the breathing. It gets in the way. I'm just going to go old school, like I used to have. So a gaff and the GoPro mount, and I'm just going to get that angle. But so I'm going to wear a gaff for safety on the bigger days and for just footage. But
it makes me think maybe I should get one. Are we just too old? Is that the problem? Are we just too old?
Well, for me, for me personally, it was I had that big scare, so it's like, I don't want to risk anything. So I'm just going a little extra layer of protection. Probably only when it's bigger than 3 foot, I'd say.
I wonder if that that Carla Grace guy who we watched the footage of at Pipe, and how the helmet got blown off his head. Yeah. But I wonder if it actually saved his life as well. Like I wonder if he hit the back of his head or the top of his head on the reef, because he definitely hit. It was his face or did he just hit face first? Because it was his face that got all fucked up. So maybe it was just his face that hit face first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but that pipeline volcanic rock looks so horrible. Like
I think, yeah. Fuck, man.
When you think about Aaron over at those Indo reefs, they're live. That's live coral. So it's it's just sharp as fuck. It looks like pipeline is just not sharp, but fucking dense, old fucking. It's basically concrete. Yeah.
Yeah. But I find the Raro reef scarier, just because, like you say, it's like cheese grater.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I hate it,
The small days are the worst, eh?
Oh, they really are. I'm so fat. Brooksy was giving me shit because I'm so fat now. Like I had all these scratches all over my knees last year because like I wouldn't get cut up out in the surf. But then when we paddle pulling in the back either out or through the lagoon, I'd be hitting my knees on the fucking on the reef, and he'd be like, lose weight, you fat fuck.
It's gold.
You're sinking your board.
You fucking cheese grater in your knees as you're paddling out.
My knees were a mess the whole trip. I was like, ow, fire.
No. Back to Aaron. Yeah, I was messaging him after that shot, one of those shots, and I was like, oh man, pretty crowded, ain't he? He said, yeah, that was 50 people out that day. And I was just like, oh, yuck. And then he fired back and said, yeah, but the swell before that, apparently there was 80 out. Could you imagine 80 humans out in the surf break? I know it's nice and long and stretched out. So
I don't even know.
Spread. Fuck that, though.
I don't even know if I'd pedal out.
Oh, but you would, Bart, wouldn't ya?
I don't know, eh?
I don't know. I'll just go to a different spot. Like, fuck. Go to like a random one around the corner or something, because that's yuck.
Do my fucking head in, eh?
Yeah.
Like, I definitely feel like I'd end up in a punch up. Like,
what a juxtaposition is. I went surfing today and the water was that cold and it was just me. And he's over there surfing tropical, beautiful waves, but also with 50 to 80 people out on a real good day.
And can we say, like, literally with one of the worst surfing population in the world, which is our Brazilian compatriots?
Yeah. They can be a little bit aggressive in the surf, can't they, Justin?
Oh, mate. I remember actually being in Brazil out at like good beach breaks when it's pumping. And like, they're all they're all locals and mates, right? Like best mates. And there might only be like 20 guys out in the water. And they all know each other, but they're snaking each other, dropping in on each other. Fucking, I was like, you're all mates. You'll know each other. Just play priority. But they're just so competitive. It was ridiculous. It looks so stressful.
Yeah, that's not the kind of surf that you want to do. I love the coast chill. I love the coast chills when you've got a crew that knows what's up and you're out in the surf and it's just wave for wave. Like nothing needs to be said. It's just whoever's next in line, you're next. Catch a wave, next person, off you go. Keep going.
The best one is, I love when the old boys are out at them in that. And even if you got priority, but sometimes someone might sneak a bit deeper than you. But if a good one comes in, you know, we're so good with each other out there. Yeah. You know, you go, are you going? You know, you're like, it's sick, you know, because pretty much anywhere else, if you're deeper, you go.
Yeah.
You know, but it's such a small, tight takeoff zone we've got there when it's good. It's sort of like we're just in a little circle. Yeah.
Speaking of surfing, I surfed the corner. I can tell a little story about that session that I had this week.
Yeah.
So after all, you know, we've had a couple of weeks of pretty hectic swells and storms, and it settled down and managed to, you know, get a glimpse at the new sand formation. And there is little happenings in the corner, the old corner. Oh God, Blaketown, I love you so much. She gives you such little random treats, when you least expect it. A bank will just pop up. So cool.
That's the best.
Yeah. And so paddled out. It was like mid-tide incoming, and there was on the sets. It was pretty decent corner. It wasn't like amazing, but fucking grunty, bro. Like heavy, a little bit more than 3 foot, sucky, rippy. Ugh. I actually had to pull back on one. I did, mate. I dropped.
Were you by yourself
for a little bit, and then Isaac came out not long after I paddled out. So it was me and Sack. And I remember when he was out with me, there's this one come through, and I was at the top of it, and I was like, I could go this. And then I looked down the line, like down the wave, and I was like, it looks like that section is going to probably go a bit fast. But I just pulled the pin. I was like, nah, that wave is way too hectic. Oh, it was heavy. It was, I
like it doesn't happen too often, but there's the odd session out there where it's just like, you're paddling for it, and then it jacks up, and then it sort of jacks up again. And you're like, whoa, it's pretty fucking awesome. Like
doubling up below sea level like a reef.
Yeah.
It's fucked. Yeah.
And it's always in the corner that it does it, basically. Or a crazy high tide bank, Yeah. And like, that's what I sort of really live for with Blaketown. I just love it. Fuck, man.
I had the weirdest session in the corner one year, but I'll tell you that story after this first story. So surfing the corner with Sack, and Sack must have caught a wave, and I was out the back just waiting in the corner, and I hadn't seen him for ages. Like, where has he gone? And then I look over, and he's just sort of milling around in the rip, just meandering. And I was just like, huh, that's weird. So I was like, oh, he's probably just having a breather or whatever. I was sitting there, like another 5 minutes passed. I look back, and he's just still sitting there in the rip. And then I see Mikey get out of his car and walk up to check on him, because obviously Mikey must have saw it as well. I'm like, what's he doing in there? And he walks over, and I was watching the whole thing, and I look at Mikey, and Mikey looks at me, and he's like, "Oi, come over." So paddled in and went up to Sack, and I was like, "What's going on, bro?" And he's like, "Fuck, I just got absolutely smoked. Both my flippers got ripped off my feet, and I've just been like gassed out. I have got no energy to put my flippers back on. Can you help put my flippers back on?" Full old man gassed out, full beating. He probably went one of the ones that I fucking pulled back on, Like, yeah, that's how heavy it was. Both fins ripped off, but thankfully he had flipper savers. So I managed to get one back on him. This big fucking club foot. And then he just paddled away and did the rest himself. But that was a crazy story. That was funny. So funny. But back to, I just wanted to share that story. Like, I remember a corner bank, and this would be probably somewhere within the last 10 years, probably more like 5 to 10 years ago. Yeah, longer. It was a storm. It was like howling offie. It was winter. The water was brown, and I remember it was like an hour to high tide, like almost high tide. And there was a corner bank that was just absolutely peeling perfectly right through to first peak. And I was just like, what the fuck is happening? Because you never sort of see corner at dead high tide, eh? It's usually
real weird. Yeah.
Real weird at high tide. And I remember paddling out and surfing it on my lunch break. It was back when I used to work at the Polytechnic. And for about probably an hour and a half, just middle of the day, freezing cold, high tide corner bank. It was an anomaly, bro. It was weird.
I know. I love it when you get like just random sessions, eh? My most random one ever was when I first lived there in like 2012, and it was the middle of spring, and I drove down. It was pissing down, like it was like howling southwester day, just pissing down. You know, typical spring day, like proper pissing down. Been pissing down for like 2 weeks. You know, huge storm, surf, like breaking fucking, you know, a kilometer out. You couldn't see the end of the the waves. But I just went for a drive that day because I was doing nothing. So I just drove down the beach, checked it, pulled up at the bird feeder, and there's just this, and it's like, I'm talking like howling onshore. It's like, you know, your car's getting waves washing over it and shit, you know, like not, spray. And I just pull out the bird feeder, I look down, and just in front of the bird feeder, there's this bank, and it's clean as a whistle because like it's a reform, and it's just coning from the right in the corner, like through to first peak. And I was like, what I
remember days like that. It's fucked how it does that. Like massive swell, howling onshore and ripping.
There's logs in the water, and like I'm like, what the fuck? And so I just watch it for I'm like, am I seeing things? And then so I watch it for another like 10 minutes. I see like 3 or 4 more good ones. I was like, I think I've got to go out. This is fucked.
Get out there. Exactly.
But it was like a proper storm, like an actual storm. It was like sideways rain. And so I drove down to the rugby club and got changed in front of the rugby club.
Yeah, nice.
And then I drove back up, paddled out. Yeah. I like for about an hour before I was out in the water. I couldn't fucking see at some points.
Fuck, man, it's hectic. Yeah, that's cool.
I love those reform banks, but that was like the most random one I've ever seen, because normally one of those reform banks It'll be on a decent sized swell, or the weather will be good or something. But that was one where I'll never forget that. Like I'm out there and I'm like riding a wave, and the onshore wind is like blowing so hard into the wave. But it's just crazy. Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah, so that was it's good to be back in the water after I think I probably wasn't surfing for at least 12 days. Surf depression was getting me good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to so I've been going on Surfline and like looking at the wave, the ocean temperatures at all my favorite surf spots.
Yeah.
Where's the coldest? Like in everywhere. So I'm talking from Catlins all the way up to, places in North, discount the North Island.
Okay,
I would say the South Island. Yeah,
I would say a river mouth in Christchurch.
Yeah. You're wrong.
Oh, where's the coldest?
New Brighton.
Fuck, really? Colder than an East Coast river mouth. That's weird. Colder than a Timaru river mouth.
Now the fucking reason is because of the peninsula.
So weird, man.
Well, because the Waimak, right? The Waimak comes out, and all the Waimakariri, all the river water comes out of there and comes south, right? So all the gravel, a lot of the ocean currents come south.
Yeah,
and then the Rakaya, all of the ocean current from that goes north, right?
Right.
So all of this cold, snow-laden river water gets trapped in the fucking peninsula.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's why the Christchurch water's so dirty all the time. It's never clean.
It's silty.
Fucking 9 or 10 degrees here. But anyway, so I've been sulking. I went every winter here, I sulk. Like, I was fuck that. Look at it. Shit.
I'd be the same, man. That must be so grim.
Because on the coast, it's 13 degrees. That difference is insane. Like,
there's a difference.
That difference is just, that 3 degrees difference actually makes a huge fucking difference. But anyway, I haven't been surfing enough. So this week I was like, fuck it, okay. So I bought gloves and some new booties, and I've got the right weedy. I got a hood and all that. So I was like, yeah, okay, fuck's sake. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for them to arrive, and then I had to get the old log out and fucking just get in the water.
Doesn't matter what jinx. It doesn't matter what you ride, just get out there. I had to activate the gloves today, as per my Instagram story. I had to fucking activate the gloves. First time of the year. Did pretty well, I guess. What am I in? It's almost August. It's the first time I've had to use the old Glovos.
Yeah.
Danny Glover. Love a bit of Danny Glover.
We became the glove gang, didn't we? On the coast. Yeah. We were the first glove gang.
We were. We used to love the gloves. And I still do love the gloves.
NATO? Was that NATO that maybe was a glove gang?
Did he kick it off today? Was he the first guy?
He might have kicked it off.
Was he the first guy to give Danny Glover a blowjob? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
In his helmet.
Yeah. Yeah. Magneto helmet.
Give him a Magneto.
So we were supposed to go back to NATO and his couple of those barrels that he didn't make, on those lefts. What happened there? One of those ones looked real makeable.
As soon as I saw it, I literally texted, like, I was like, that was makeable. What are you doing?
Oh, what did he say?
Oh, we talked it through. We talked through the technicalities.
Oh, it would have been
Shall we play it?
Depth.
Oh, I probably not. It's probably not available anymore.
I have to do the old sharing thing for you. Hang on.
I'll just see if it's actually available.
Oh, yeah, true.
Do
that, and I'll have a look at the old.
Where's NATO?
Settings. Where is it again? Oh, no, it's under share. There it is. Advanced sharing options.
No, it's gone. Damn it.
Oh, NATO.
Oh, hang on. No, hang on. I think it's gone.
Oh, mate.
Now, I think that I would like to go to Super Suck one day with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Super Suck. I wouldn't mind Super Suck. It's pretty sucky.
But I'd prefer to go there in the off season. I think because I think the other problem he's there deep in the fucking in the season, you know,
which is great, isn't it?
Well, because of the crowd, though.
So you're just thinking offo for less crowds?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Like spring.
No, fair enough. Yeah, maybe.
Oh no, I can't find that video.
Shall we start some of my show notes? Because I have got a few lined up. Hey, it's basically, I wanted to talk about Joel and Tim's show. They've had some funny episodes lately. Have you had a listen?
Yeah.
Now
I've been enjoying.
I wanted to talk to you and ask you. Did you notice that Tim was eggy on that episode? I think it might be 3 episodes ago now.
Well, it's because fucking Joel wouldn't shut the fuck up about Ukraine. They had like a 10-minute conversation about not talking about Ukraine and how everybody's over it. And then Joel just went on an hour-long Ukraine rant. And I was laughing. I enjoyed the whole thing. I was laughing.
I love his Ukraine rants.
I could tell that Tim was fucked off. Because he went dead silent. You didn't hear from him for like half an hour.
I felt the animosity, not the animosity, but that's probably too much harsher word, but I felt the tension through the podcast. Like I was thinking to myself, fuck, there's something going on there between those two. Like I don't know what's happening. Tim's eggy, and then later we found out that Tim was actually moving a house that weekend, so he probably had a bit on his plate, a little bit stressed. Do
you know what the funniest thing sorry?
No, you keep going.
Oh, the funniest thing the thing I laughed at the most, because the boys have cottoned on to how popular shit chats are. So welcome to the club, fellas. I got to tell you, fuck, I have had some shit challenges. I have had some shit challenges.
All right. Let's talk about them. So this is the next segment. That's
couple of months, but
poo chats.
Couple of weeks.
Go.
Oh, hang on. Well, just on Joel and Tim, the boys are doing great shit chats, and my favorite was Tim was in like a brand new house and took a shit, and the house wasn't finished. The house wasn't finished, but the owners had moved in while they were still working in there. So Tim had taken a shit, and then he'd knocked over their electric toothbrush into the toilet bowl. And then he cleaned it off.
It's like such a tradie thing to do too, you know. You can imagine the little cameras in the house on one of those shows, the Target show.
No, I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying the boys' podcast. It's
been great. It's been really good. I do love the Ukraine chats from Joel because they do inform me. So it's nice to know what's actually happening, because I don't listen to mainstream media and I don't listen to any Ukraine media other than what I hear from him or the odd occasion yourself.
I mean, I listen to the Grey Zone. Yeah. The one that he reposted. I've been listening. Yeah. It's pretty fucking wild, man. Pretty wild. Yeah. This guy's giving factual evidence and information at the UN Council about these people. It's pretty wild. But I saw it was actually on YouTube. I stumbled upon it. You get suggestions.
Yeah.
And there was an American soldier who does a YouTube channel, and basically you have to sign into your account and agree to watch it and stuff. I didn't realize what I was signing up to fucking watch, basically.
Ooh.
In war movies, how in like combat footage from the last 20 years, it's a lot of the documentaries and stuff, though. It's like a lot of long range fighting, right? That the camera won't pick up the enemy and stuff, and you got this sort of morbid fascination with what's happening.
Not these days.
This video, which is about an hour long, is a Ukrainian soldier in his unit with a GoPro or something on his helmet.
Yeah.
They're in trenches, in a fucking field that looks just like Flinders Fields, from World War One. Mud, it's just a apocalyptic landscape. Everything's gone. and they are fighting Russian soldiers basically 2 to 3 meters or maybe 10 meters away from them, and you can see them.
Wow.
And old mate, so what happens is I'll just describe the video. Once you stop watching and you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't watch this, but it's on fucking YouTube. Like, what the hell? And sort of, I just couldn't stop watching. I've never seen anything like it. It wasn't gory. It wasn't gory. There was no gore.
You didn't see people getting fucking lit up and blood flying.
Oh, you do in one part, yeah. So it starts off these guys are sitting in their trench and they take a mortar round or an artillery round into their foxhole, basically into their trench and the entrance of it, and one guy gets blown back.
Oh,
and then it's translated too. They've got English subtitles, which is pretty wild. And then you see a guy run in front of their trench entrance and throw a grenade in. A Russian guy, or whoever.
Yeah.
You don't know, fuck. But it's an
Grenade.
enemy. Yeah, grenade. No, he throws a fucking grenade in there. And then all of a sudden they all pile out of the trench after that happened. And they just start blasting away. And then maybe halfway through the video, he sort of goes around the back of this trench. And you don't see it at first because it's very grainy, it's very grainy. Yeah. This fucking dude just starts lighting up the field in front of him, like 10 meters away from him. What the fuck is he shooting at? And then they sort of, how they sort of like enhance and zoom in on the area of interest. It's three dudes trying to crawl away, like enemy.
Injured.
And he just lights them up, And I was just like this, and yeah. He was just, Oh, it was fucking wild, man.
Yeah, how did that make you feel?
Not good.
Yeah,
and it made me really sad for everyone.
Yeah,
I didn't feel. I made me really sad for the Russian guys. It made me feel really sad for the Ukrainian guys. All these guys have got families.
Yeah.
Joel goes on about it. We needed. It's fucked. We need to be in peace talks.
Yeah, exactly.
We need it's fucked.
Yeah, exactly. That's the.
It just makes me think. It does make me think because we're very passionate New Zealanders. What would we do if we were invaded?
Oh, of course.
What would we do?
We'd fight tooth and nail, wouldn't we? But we're such a little minnow. Wouldn't we just bend over backwards?
Would we? Would we?
Or what would you do?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
You'd negotiate.
I certainly don't want to go off and I don't want to fight some Joe Biden criminal family bloody oil war or money war. But if we ever got invaded, like maybe the Japanese were going to do in World War II.
40s,
don't know. But I can understand the Ukrainians' patriotism, but it's just fucking awful because that sort of fighting hasn't been seen since World War II. I think there's been some pretty horrific and intense fighting in Africa and the Middle East and in Afghanistan, but you don't really hear about it or see it, right?
You did miss the Vietnam War. That was pretty hectic.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fucking sorry. Yeah, that was pretty
don't
fucking
forget don't fucking sleep on Agent Orange, my friend.
I have nightmares after watching Tunnel Rats. Have you ever seen that movie? It is
I haven't seen that.
Oh, bro. So you know how the Viet Cong, they had the tunnels, the network of tunnels to come up and ambush, the American positions.
Yeah.
So the Americans created a unit called the Tunnel Rats.
Oh, yeah.
And so they sent these guys were volunteers and they went into the tunnels. And I'm talking, these tunnels aren't like fucking coal mines where you can, they're 4 meters by 5 meters high. These are tunnels where it's crawl space only. And they go in there and fight each other.
You wouldn't want to be claustrophobos going in there, my friend.
Crawl space only. I'm just even talking about it. So there's a movie called Tunnel Rats, and it's so fucking graphic and claustrophobic the whole time I watched it. Like they just show the yeah.
Oh, you do? You get claustro?
Yeah. Bad. Yeah.
Do ya?
Yeah. Like,
so you couldn't go caving or anything like that?
Nah, fuck that.
Fuck
that. I got offered when I lived on the coast. I got offered to go caving like 3 or 4 times. I was like, nah, you go enjoy that.
Nope.
Even though I worked in a coal mine, even though I worked in an underground coal mine, that was a lot bigger. Fuck. Well, there was. I'm talking about crawl space. Like
like where you can literally feel the walls on either side of your shoulder, and you're inching through like that.
That's my idea of hell on earth. You know, fucking is, man. You want to watch this movie called Ton of Rats? So it's a portrayal of what these guys did. You know, there was booby traps, spikes, fucking
spikes.
Oh mate,
of course there'd be all sorts of booby traps. It would have been hectic.
Grenades.
Plug in the old power cord.
Yeah. So how we get there? We're talking about Joel and Tim anyway, but I don't know. It's so incredibly sad. They need to end this shit and stop the money train, eh?
Yeah. Good luck on that. I must retract what I said before. I do listen to other podcasts as well, like No Agenda on the Ukrainian thing. Lex Friedman gets the odd expert, Lex Friedman's quite good. He tries to get both sides of the story. Like he'll interview Russians, he'll interview Ukrainians, he'll interview Israelis, he'll interview Palestinians, and get every angle. So he's quite good. But yeah, so they're sort of all saying there's probably only 6 months left in it potentially before someone's going to have to say, all right, let's call it quits. You can have this little section. I'll carve this off for you. You have that. Yeah. Let's go. See you later.
I mean, the only thing like I struggle with those guys is they're not on the ground and they're not Russian or Ukrainian. And so they translate like Lex Friedman and No Agenda, and they're getting all their information secondhand. And I know they try to verify everything as much as possible, but it's just interesting.
Yeah, but they're interviewing people, Lexes who are on the ground. Are
they?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh,
what do you mean by on the ground? Like
like on the ground, like
military.
Or credible journalists on the ground, or
you just mean like in the country or from that country, right? Is that what you sort of mean?
Yeah, or informants,
Yeah. Informants, saying that's me like a player, and they keep boom down. Remember that song?
Yeah.
Informer. Right, it was a banger. It was a banger.
It wasn't a good song. No, it was a good song. Did they play that on the front lines or?
You said informant. You said informant, so I just made that song.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Well, let's go to some show notes. I'm not frozen. I'm still here, bud. Still here.
Froyo.
We're gonna do. I do want to talk here. Let's keep on Joel and Tim. The Tim fucking songs. The song request for Timmy. Do you enjoy that segment or what?
When he plays just song, he's like playing songs to try and get Joel. Joel's playing songs to try and get Tim to like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny as fuck. I've been tempted to send a couple in.
Actually, I might do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, surely Tim would actually seriously like a Turnstile song, like a decent Turnstile song.
Oh,
yeah. Like that would be a surely a green tick. But also, it'd be fun to just send in some absolute trash as well, and just wait for his inevitable. Nope, that sucks. I hate the guitar. Don't like the singer. I love it how Tim's real specific with the songs he hates. It's like he brings it down to I hate that bass. That bass sounds shit. The drums are bad, terrible drums. Like it's good. It's noticeable.
Analytical.
I would like to rename. If I was them, I'd call it Torturing Tim. That segment.
So we renamed it Two Fat Guys in a Shory, and Torturing Tim with Joel Dixon.
That's the one. Torturing Tim with Joel Dixon. That's what the rename should be. 100%.
Because it's not just like, well, it's double pain as well. Because okay, he rants at him during the podcast. Then okay, it's about 4 or 5 sources of pain. This might actually end the podcast. I'm going to break it all down. Okay, so he rants at him during the podcast.
Yeah.
He cuts him off constantly.
Occasionally,
not constantly. He knows it though.
Yeah.
Tim has to edit
sniffs
the rants. Then he's got to edit out the sniffing. And then he's got to.
I love the sniffs.
And then he's got to talk about. Then he's got to talk about the Ukraine, which he is just done with. So
Ukraine and sorry, hang on. Well, Ukraine and airplanes. That's Tim's 2 favorite things. Top Gun, Maverick. Oh man, it's great.
But keep it going, guys. We love it.
But anyway, yeah. Make sure if you don't listen to those guys, get on there. Get on there. Get on that Joel and Tim shit.
What are we? We're episode 46, so we're close to starting our paydos.
50, eh? That was. Yeah. I reckon that's the one. 50.
And also, we're going to do something for our 50th. I'm thinking a weekend somewhere on the coast.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Get a
coast
little
road, maybe. Just get a fucking sick ass batch out coast road, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, mate.
We get jigger mine there, mine.
Oh, should we get jigger mine? Should get jigger mine there, mate.
Yeah, come on, jigger mine.
Come on, there, mate.
Come on, jigger mine. You come on down, mine.
I'm trying to find this article that I wanted to show you. It's about, this is a massive topic change, but this is about Antarctica. Are you interested about Antarctica? Do you even like Antarctica?
Yeah, the Maoris went there.
Yeah. That was the article I was going to show.
They didn't, but it's pretty wild. They went all the way down to the sub-Antarctic. So I just actually got I saw a report recently. I saw a report recently, and it was in the Campbell Islands, I think, which is either close to or a bit further south in the Auckland Islands, and they uncovered umu stones, hangi stones. Fucking pretty wild.
Whereabouts, sorry?
Campbell Islands, which is...
I don't even know where that is.
Yeah, man. Was it Campbell Islands or Auckland Islands? I think it was Campbell Islands.
Huh. Oh, where's this website? Fuck. I'm actually having a boomer moment, hey. But basically, I'll just share my screen.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This is mad, dude. Just came out in June.
So what happened was they just did a recent study, classic study. And
I can't see what you're sharing.
You can't?
No.
It should be up. Sharing. Oh no, your screen share is loading. It's saying that's weird.
On that boomer Wi-Fi.
Oh no, it's tripping out.
Come on, mate.
Is it not popping up? It's a sucky one. I'll pause share, but looks like everything's sort of freezing up. On the old computers. I'm back. So let's try again. One last time. Okay. Yeah. Here's the share. Here's the share. Sharing screen now. Has that popped up?
Yeah.
There we go. So there was the study, and I've read the full article. This is just the Instagram post, which piqued my interest. Yeah. Anyway, they reckon through a recent study in New Zealand that they did, through oral traditions of the Maori, and some art. Basically, there was a fella. What was his name? I think it was Tahuia Rangiora.
Comments.
What? What did the comments say?
But did the Maori stay and survive and thrive? No. Did they arrive and die? Seriously, with no clothing? Yeah, right. They probably found their bones.
That's a funny one.
And then the next one, bros would have froze to death.
Bros would have froze to death. Oh, that's funny. I haven't even looked at those comments. That's so classic. It does seem a little bit far-fetched though, doesn't it? But in saying that, of course they could have gone down there. But anyway, it's saying like there's oral tradition. Like there's a guy's name, Te Hui Rangiora. He's the guy who went down there about 1,200 years ago, and actually, I think they went down a couple of times. But he describes it in the oral tradition, passed down from generation to generation.
Yeah,
that it was like a place that never saw the sun. It was like barren mountains and giant icebergs, all passed down through oral tradition. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine it. Imagine being a Maori fella like 1,200 years ago in a fucking waka, big ass waka, and just going by the stars, and we're just going to head south. We're just going to go as far as we can and see what's out there.
So they were called the double-hulled vaka. So like there was a catamaran basically.
Yeah,
fucking pretty wild, man.
It's
so cool. Like they do that stuff still from Raro. Like it takes them about 13 days. They build traditional vaka and sail them from Raro to Northland, and it it's like 13 or 20 days depending on the current. It's fucking wild, man.
It is wild.
Yeah, man. Like, like they settled down in fucking Stewart Island, Rakiota, like 700, 800, 900 years ago for the mutton birds, for the TT, because like that was basically. Could you imagine it? Right? There's no bread. There's no fucking, real, like if you've ever had mutton bird, it's the greasiest feed of KFC you'll ever have.
I've had it before, mate. It's so greasy.
The greasiest feed
salty.
of KFC. Yeah, salty and greasy. Can you imagine? Like the bros would be like, "Fuck, this is KFC."
What about that's pre-KFC? The mutton
pre-KFC. Fucking, it would have just been off the hook. It would have been so addictive, eh? Like the salty ass, fatty ass bird. That would have
been so good to fuel them up too. Fucking keep them charging.
Well, that's incredible because they're so like. You ever seen the kelp bags that they made? People are probably going to get bored, but I don't give a fuck.
No, I haven't.
The kelp bags, they're called poha, poha, I think is what they're called.
Yeah.
So they'd go get big batches of bull kelp, right?
Yeah.
Hollow out the inside, and then blow air into it, or something like that. Fuck, I don't know. There's still some bros down south.
It's floatable.
Yeah. Well, they make backpacks out of it. So what they do is, and there's still some bros down south that do it. Mostly it goes in buckets now, but some people still just do it the traditional way to keep it alive.
Yeah.
So the big bull kelp, blow it open, and then tie off the top, right? Tie off the top to keep the air in, like a balloon. And then they'd get tortilla bark, right? And then put that all around the outside to make a husk around the blowing up balloon, so it won't pop, right? And then they'll make a backpack sling around the tortilla bark husk to turn it into a fucking bag, like a backpack.
So it's multifaceted. You can change it around.
Yeah, so they get all the TT, all the
titties.
I'll share it. Or the titties, and I'll share it. And fucking Brooksy's probably so bored by now. Fuck you, Brooksy. And he hates the note. It's so fascinating how I don't know how the bros lived before colonization. I reckon.
I think the bros. I think most indigenous cultures had it fucking pretty sweet. Apart from a little bit of cannibalism.
Just a little bit of cannibalism. Well, the book I'm reading now it's probably saying that it wasn't a little bit, it was quite a bit.
Oh, fuck. It was quite a bit of cannibalism.
Quite a bit of cannibalism.
That's quite a bit of cannibalism. Fucking hell. Quite a bit of cannibal.
So this is it here. Hang on. You see that?
Yeah, I do see that.
Oh, fuck.
Looks like a fucking great way to
there. Look at that.
looks like a great way to start a fire.
Look at that.
Looks like a great way to start a fire.
So what they do, right, is they'd kill the mutton birds.
Oh yeah.
And then and so because there's so much fat around the bird, stuff like 10 or 11 or 12 of them in that one bag, and it'd stay good in that bag for like a year. Because it would self-preserve. It would self-preserve.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up, the crazy.
Poha. Yeah. They call it poha.
Oh. We're learning with Hodge. That section could be called Learning Maori with Hodge.
Marriedom with Hodge.
Merry learnings with Hodge.
Merry learnings with Hodge. And Irish Giles.
Irish racist Giles. Old racist Giles.
Hey, there's I don't worry about it.
What about that Brooksy's show? What about that Brooksy's show note? Sorry to jump in on top of you there, friend. What about the Brooksy's show note that he was chatting to us not long ago?
Oh, what was that one about?
That was about.
I had one other one, but yeah,
the Barbie movie. He wanted to talk about that, remember? And it was to do with kind of like not the degradation of man, but the male form being kind of obsolete. That was sort of the deeper tones of his chat, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the
I haven't seen the movie though, so I can't talk about it.
Yeah, but what, mate? Like, who watches fucking movies anymore or Disney? Like, it's all just woke bullshit anyway. Everybody's like, I always laugh. I always make Sophie laugh because whenever we watch any fucking thing out of Hollywood now, everybody's from every fucking race, creed, disability, gender, you name
there's like
it.
that. There's a big token gay,
gay, trans,
token
dwarf,
les, token trans,
black, Indian,
the blacks, everything, Chinese,
Mexican, Chinese. But I always say to Sophie, I was like, well, this is racist because there's no Maoris, there's no Pollies. Where's the Pollies at? I don't feel represented. I'm turning it off.
Man. The Pollies are in all of Taika Waititi's fucking vids, so he's all good.
No, but do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous because, like, actually, Taika Waititi did a speech recently where he wrote it all off. He was just like, this shit's not authentic. Like, it doesn't, like, I grew up around other Maori kids. I didn't grow up around fucking 17 dwarfs and 4 trans and 5 blacks and 29 Chinese. It's just not authentic. And he goes, what Hollywood's got to allow for is actually us to make our own stories by us. Don't try to retrofit classic European stories with new faces, you know?
Yeah.
The European stories, I'd rather see cool. How cool would a fucking Maui movie be? Not Maui the Disney movie, but Maui who come and pulled up the North Island and fucking dug the south. You know what I mean? Like, those stories.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sick. Imagine a Maui superhero one. You know,
that'd be fucking sick. So many good stories. I want to get back to that.
That's kind of the same as Aquaman, though. Kind of got the power of the ocean.
Look, I'd agree with Brooks anyway. All of the woke stuff is just I just can't handle it anymore. It's just fucking horrendous. I think everybody's getting pretty well over it.
Yeah, gleaning from what other people have said about the Barbie movie and what Brooksy sort of alluded to with the whole sort of reduction of the male form. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's sort of the whole society's moving that way where in the future, and I said it in the chat, in the future, you won't need guys to procreate.
We don't need them now.
No, we don't really, but it's going to be even more accessible to have a child without even nothing.
Well, who's going to be a plumber?
Hey, who's going to be a plumber?
Who's going to be a plumber and do your shit pipes?
Hey, women can do that, mate.
Oh yeah, women can do that. It's not that they don't want it. Now, what I was going to say is, I'm a very ambivalent about it all, Joel's. I've had an absolute guts full of woke Hollywood for quite a while now. and I avoid it like the fucking plague. Really,
me too, bro. I just don't even. I can see it a mile away, and I'm like, oh yuck! I'm not putting that in my fucking brain. See you later. All that shit can fuck right off, mate.
Fuck right off.
Yeah, but it's all to sound conspiratorial. It's all distraction. All this shit, get everyone sort of fixated on all these stupid little gender differences and sides, and it's just it's yuck.
It's just ridiculous.
It's
just everybody has to have a label and be it's gross. I'm over it. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. What I do want to talk about.
Oh, nice segue. Yeah.
What I want to do want to talk about is actually when you brought that up about the bros' voyage down to the because it sounds like they actually went from Raro or Tahiti all the way down there, and then actually didn't go to Aotearoa. They went all the way back to the islands.
Wow, because they didn't know Aotearoa was even there.
Yeah, so there's an even more mind-blowing thing I've seen recently.
Whoa.
And for our doubters of Polynesian science or navigation, the study was done by Chilean scientists with help from Polynesian scientists and British scientists and you name it.
Right.
And it's about a 50-minute documentary. It's fucking wild. Basically, for about 10 years, they've been taking DNA samples from different Native American tribes from Alaska down all the way down to like the south of Chile, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then different DNA samples from all the different Polynesian archipelagos, from Samoa all the way through to Easter Island, right? Rapa Nui.
Mm-hmm.
And they, after about 10 years, they linked Polynesian DNA in an archipelago near Tahiti with Native American DNA in around Mexico.
And I'm not surprised, bro. I'm not surprised.
Pre-colonization. So they dated it back to to about 800 or 900 years ago. And the theory is that they did these voyages 7,000 miles to the American continent, mixed a bit, not a huge amount, like maybe a couple of families, because it was only limited to this one island chain near Tahiti, and then mixed a bit, maybe a couple of generations, and maybe one or two return journeys, and then they brought Kumara back with them too. The thing, and so I thought it was fucking wild,
I honestly, not to sound like a know-it-all, but I reckon that's so plausible. I reckon they were definitely traveling all over the world before the Whiteys were even really doing that. I reckon they would have been cruising all around the place, following the stars. I reckon there's been trade and relationships between pretty much all indigenous people back in the day, I reckon.
Oh, man.
Honestly.
Oh, yeah. Well, like,
so plausible.
Well, like colonization and Western science has written off all of that stuff for so many decades because if there's no records of it in the British fucking museum, it didn't happen. You savage. You fucking savage. So, I mean, come on, man. Like the fucking thousands and thousands of years of, the Polynesians were the greatest navigators in the world.
Yeah.
They found their way from Taiwan all the way to fucking Easter Island, which was like 10,000 miles south east of Taiwan, for fuck's sake.
So there is that Asiatic link, isn't there, in their blood, right?
Yeah. Oh, what with Polynesians?
Polynesians and
Asians. Polynesians came from Micronesia, which came out of Taiwan. Yeah.
That's right. So
it all goes
back to there, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it all comes back to Africa, though, doesn't it? Because
of course, that's where it all goes.
It's just the slow migration east.
Migrations,
north and east. So it starts in Africa, goes north, and then it goes. So it was north and then east.
Yeah, you can see it in old people. Like, have you noticed, like in an old Indonesian or an old Japanese man looks like an old Maori man sometimes, you know?
Well, you go look at Taiwanese native people because there's not native Taiwanese people that look like islanders. They look nothing like Asians. They look a little, a bit Asian, but nothing like
but more Asian,
typical more Chinese, Asian. Yeah, they're very dark. They're very dark, and they've got bigger noses, and it's crazy, man.
That links there, eh?
Oh yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. Well, that was established a long time ago that we came out of Micronesia.
Yeah, I did know that. I just forgot.
And then the American, the American Native Americans, the way that I think that they got to the American continent is eventually when the land bridge between Russia and Alaska and Asia was still there. They walked across it.
Yeah.
Fucking what was that Jon Snow thing on Game of Thrones where he's north of the wall? Fucking
King of the North.
Wild fucking wildlings. Wildlings style. White Walker style.
The thing that fascinates me the most about a lot of indigenous cultures is they've all got a common theme of shamanism, like there's always and a lot of them still have those people, but that kind of stuff's kind of lost a little bit. The shit that they used to do. I've heard stories of is it the tuhuna? Is that what they call it in Māoridom? Oh, tohunga.
Yeah. You had one at your house that day with Courtney. I don't know if we could tell that. I don't know if we could tell that story on here.
Tell that story, but well, we've had deep chats about this, but there's a lot of spiritual stuff that a lot of people don't even really click into and even know about or even acknowledge. The shamanism so nuts. It's hard to get your head around, eh?
I've met a couple in my day, and they've lost a lot of that knowledge. But there's a diary actually of a young guy who lived out of Akaroa Harbour in the around the 1850s.
Shit, yeah.
And he got chosen to be a tohunga apprentice.
Right.
And he was describing this ceremonies and stuff that he had to do to get started and stuff, and it was fucking pretty twisted, eh? Like,
it would have been like blood oaths and stuff, eh? And
it was like fucking pretty hardcore. Yeah. You can see why the missionaries we must abolish this witchcraftery.
Of course. Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. The book I'm reading at the moment is pretty cool. It's written by a historian. So what he's done is tied historical oral histories with a fictional story of a typical Maori settlement in the around Gizzy before colonization.
Ngāti Porou, my bro. Ngāti Porou.
Yeah, like what life was like before all that happened. And just how warlike it all was, and they had slaves and like they were like the chapter I'm up to now is like they're preparing for a visiting war party, an allied war party to visit, so they're preparing a feast for them, puferi, and they were like, right, well, let's go knock off a couple of slaves and we'll chuck them on the table as well. Fuck. And he's like not scooting away from it. He's like, it was pretty hardcore. Like they looked after their whānau real well, like their kids and stuff. Yeah. Like if your allies or your whānau were really good, but your enemies, you didn't treat them well. And I think that's the theory is it's why a lot of Māori flocked to Christianism. Yeah, was because they were over the shamanism and the shamanism and the cannibalism. Yeah, saw a different, more peaceful alternative, but also they were shamed. Like when a lot of Māori got sick because the flu and stuff like that was introduced to them. The missionaries would say, "Oh, you're being punished by God because you're a heathen."
Yeah,
and so they're like, "Oh fuck! Oh, there's this mystery disease that's killing all of us, and maybe he's right, or maybe I should, convert." So there was all sorts of weird shit going on. Probably lost all of our audience now.
We've rambled on about it. Lots of random things, actually. Let's segue out. I wanted to show you this. I'm sure you follow this guy on Instagram. He's actually an ex-bodyboarder, but is that Chippy?
On the chip up.
He's on the chip up.
On the chip up. I know. Yeah, it looks the old
Robbie Crawford.
Yeah.
His stuff is fucking insane. I just fantasize about how what's going to be like with VR technology in the future. With his shit, It's fucking bizarre. It looks so real. Oh, that's the Mikala Jones. Did we talk about Mikala Jones dying?
Let's just acknowledge that, eh? That sucks. That sucks, didn't it?
Mate, that was horrible. Man. So he just had a gnarly fin cut in one of his arteries and he bled out.
Oh.
Huh? That's what happened.
Fuck.
Rough, dude. So rough.
That's fucked. Did he have kids?
I think so.
I think he did.
I think he had a wife and kids.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's hectic.
That's fucked. So he moved to Indo, eh? Like, just went and soul manned it in Indo.
So for those of you who don't know, Mikala Jones was a sort of pro surfer who was one of the highest paid soul surfers for a long time there. And he would get some of these most amazing GoPro footages of just this. He was kind of the GoPro goat there for a while, eh? Remember when he first started sharing his clips in Indo, especially just the deepest, craziest pits. When GoPro first came out, he was dominating. And he tragically died. It's fucking terrible.
Man, he had it. Yeah, I'm just looking it up. He had a wife and two daughters and a beautiful wife. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway, it's just life. How life can come and go as quick and easy as a fucking Hodjo shit at 3 p.m.
Oh, mate, my shit's oh God.
Oh man.
Even when you're eating right, it's not going right. But anyway, what was I telling you? What's happening in the surfing world? I got one little one is the Sterling Spencer podcast.
Yeah, love him. He's funny as fuck.
I've just got super stuck into them. I think that's where I would love to get Swoo to. I think we're in a different lane, but that's where I'd love to get Swoo to as well. Like if we ever get our time a bit more, because like the editing is his podcast is hugely edited with heaps of clips and music and skits and stuff. And I think we both love to be able to get Swoo to that one day and level of production as well in a sick little studio that he's got.
Yeah, it'd be cool if we lived in the same town. I reckon.
Yeah,
it'd be a lot easier. We could just hang out in person like they do.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, yeah, you're right.
We'll have to
when I get me batch going, we'll set up a little studio, on the coast.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Sounds good. Now, do we talk about UFC to wrap things up? We've been jamming for an hour and a half. We said that we're going to have a quick one. But it's actually gone out for a little bit.
What's any other surf news for you, mate? It's like the J Bay.
J Bay was only really good for that one day where it was big.
John got robbed.
John got robbed by Conor O'Leary, eh? Yeah.
Can't blame
Conor
him.
got overscored on his wave. Anyway, figures of fuck. It was just a big fat right-hander. I'm not too fizzed about J-Bay. It's watchable though. What do you reckon?
Oh, I really enjoy J-Bay because it's like it's not fat. Like when it's pumping, it's not actually fat.
Are pretty fat.
Yeah, but like it's got power. Like it's got a good like pocket to hit. It's not like fucking Bells where it's just a fat wall. You know,
Bells should go. Like, what are they doing? They're just hanging on to a shit wave just because of the prestige and the longevity of it. They should have kicked Bells off fucking decades ago. It's a shit, fat, mushy right.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? There's so many better spots in Aussie, and you go to Bells. fucking main break at Margaret River. What an absolute joke. At least the Cooley, but now it's a QS event. The Cooley fucking Coolangatta Pro. At least you get pumping waves there. Usually.
I mean, oh fuck, man! They should go to Nalu. That's where they should go.
Yeah, it'd be hard to get a swell though, wouldn't it? You'd need something a bit more consistency, maybe.
I feel like is that not real consistent, that wave?
Oh, I don't know. I just assume that those sort of ledges get fucking those misto swells, once in a blue moon.
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's my assume that. I assume it.
Yeah, there was that. Yeah, I know that was that. That was last time. Yeah, not a lot going on in the surfing or boogie boarding world, eh? A lot.
Not really. They had a drop knee comp in Aussie just recently and in Hawaii. Yeah, it's been a bit slow. Slow. When's the next New Zealand comp? How many comps are we doing in this country anyway? What have we got?
I think we're the only one now, aren't we?
Nah, there's like an Auckland one. There's a Taranaki one. Is that it? Is there a bad play?
I don't know.
I can't remember. No, and there's it's definitely there's like three. There's at least 4 or 5, but there's nothing.
When are we doing that? We're going to do the challenge in Easter again, eh?
Oh, why not? Last year, absolutely cooked-ified. So it was fried chicken good, wasn't it?
Fuck, it was. Well, actually, do you know what was probably since our last episode was that skeleton bay barrel old mate got?
Oh yeah,
like a minute long, a minute long skeleton bay barrel.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
What about? And sorry to jump in, but what about that one that's the right-hander, that Mozambique one, that tropical blue sand one, right-hander? You seen that one?
Yeah.
Nick Von Roop's there at the moment. Fuck, that place looks insane, and it's right. So giddy up, motherfucker.
So when I win lotto, right?
Hey.
And no one's getting any money out of me, but I'm shouting the boys the ultimate surf trip, the ultimate 30-day long surf trip. So you got to ditch kids, ditch the job. But I'm shouting the boys the ultimate fucking surf trip. Where are we going?
Am I coming? Am I part of the boys?
Yeah.
Can I come too?
Yeah.
Or am I not in the team?
No, you're in the you're in the B team on it.
Yeah.
You can film.
Oh fuck. Okay, I'll film. And can I surf occasionally?
Yeah. When it's shit.
I'll be like the awkward guy that hangs out with the group and he's not actually part of the group, like laughing excessively at jokes and shit.
I don't want to rub your feet.
Oh no. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, we'll put an itinerary together quickly, please.
Where would you go? So endless money.
Endless money.
For how
30
long?
days. Put an itinerary together. Go.
Straight to Chopes.
Yep.
Chopes will be first on the list. And then
quickly.
Fuck. Then we go to Portugal and Morocco.
Oh.
You into that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck, I missed that week. That week I had in Portugal with Peters and and hot fucking old Richard McKenna and
Richie Dixie.
Dixie, that was horny that weekend. The wedge I surfed in Peniche with the boys. God damn, that was fun.
Mine.
It was like Blaketown, bro. It was like just like Blaketown. It was so sick.
Yeah. And then we go fucking Hawaii. So we just do fucking 4 stops. 4 stops, finish on Hawaii, and then you're done. We'll just do Hawaii for like 2 months. Oh no, 30 days. So it's
30 days. So you got to chase swell, right? You got You got the 30-day surfline forecast globally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it all
so you got to try and
good.
hope that there's swells in all places, but that would be my dream.
But if that's how it all lines up, that's your 30-dayer.
That's me. What are you gonna do? What's yours?
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pop the boys into I'm gonna pop the boys into Mexico. Okay.
Oh, Mixies.
You put those hollow right hand point breaks, Mixie.
Oh yeah, up there.
Okay. Yeah, like just get the boys warmed up. Nothing too hardcore. Get on the cervezas.
A little bit of Piotr.
Yeah. A little bit of the punta, colorada. And then I'm just gonna quickly pop the boys into a misto reef in the Caribbean. Just real quick. Okay, because this forecast is looking real good, right?
Okay, Caribs.
Okay, and then just like an overnight mission to the wedge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Northern Hemisphere. Let's go.
Yeah, we're just going to pop into the wedge. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll see you at Riley's. Take you over to Riley's in Ireland.
We'll
go to your homeland. We'll go see the Kilkelly clan.
Oh, my blood would be vibrating over there.
You'll be vibrating. You'll be raping. You'll be.
Oh, stop it! Be vibrating,
raping.
That's more Scottish though. Scottish is more like that.
Scottish.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
Scottish.
So what we've probably chewed up.
This, lad. Irish is more fucking like this, lad. You know what I'm talking
about. Now, what
about,
have we chewed up? We've probably chewed up 15 days by then.
Surely you would have, because it's be a good fucking mission from California over to Ireland. That'd be a trek.
The boys are going to be cooked, right?
Yeah,
boys are going to be cooked by
I'm
then.
just imagining me like sort of out of the loop, still in the B team, and then like you guys haven't given me the right flight information, and so I'm not even on your flights. I'm like on the one after.
Hey,
like
no.
What?
No, we're on a private jet.
Oh yeah. Sweet.
We're on a private jet.
But I'm actually going. I'm still on the standard. I'm still on.
Yeah, you're on economy. You're on economy on standby.
Yeah, I'm full stando, and you just messaging me, Lee. Okay, we're in here tomorrow, and I'm just like rushing to get there.
Hurry up! You can get the backpackers at the bunk down the road. Yeah. Okay,
carry on. Where would you go
after? The boys.
Where would you go after Ireland? After Ireland.
Scotland.
Scotland, surely it's right.
Nah, because Ireland. I say Ireland or Scotland. Ireland or Scotland.
Okay. Okay. Just do both, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to think about time. Now, you fucked me there because I do Morocco, but I can't. I'm not gonna.
No, you can't.
I'm not gonna take Morocco off. Yeah.
Why not? Just agree with.
I'll do Morocco.
Good idea. Cool.
Yeah, do Morocco.
Yeah, it'd be fun, eh?
And then I think
crazy food, crazy waves in Morocco.
Yeah, and then I think at the last 10 days is on like the biggest fucking boat we could find. Like a hotel boat.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. All around Indo, Timor, fucking Papua New Guinea. We've got a team of masseuses, fucking frosties.
The best chefs. The best pussy. The best everything.
UFC ring girls.
Yeah.
We got Joel Dixon doing live commentary.
Yes. Is Bummo part of the crew, or is he with me in like the B team fucking Greymouth boys? Greymouth boy hanger-ons.
Yeah. Yeah. There'd be a lot of it'd be a big crew. The invites would go wide, you know.
Oh, but how many do you want to take on a surf trip? You got to be conscious of the numbers, mate, because it's instant
you don't want to get the bash
crowd,
either.
Mate. That's rent a crowd, mate.
You don't want to get the bash either, do you?
Yeah. Careful.
Oh.
Careful. That's why you have to be select, though.
There's a couple of guys that I don't get to surf with basically ever, but I take real pleasure in watching surf.
Yeah.
And that'd be Liam Shatcott and probably Ads McLean.
Cool. Bring those boys along.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring those
and
boys
Parfit would be the lone stand-up.
Mm.
Yeah. Parfit gets the invite as lone stand-up.
Definitely Parfo.
Oh, Parfit would bring the vibes, eh?
He would bring the vibes.
I think Parfit would probably die by the end of it. He just got so cooked.
Rinsed out, eh?
Rinsed
out old fucking tea towel from 3 weeks old.
He'd barely make it.
He on fucking IV drips every morning, eh?
He won't even surf.
Just getting cooked every night, eh? And wake up at like lunchtime on the boat. Oh, if you guys, we've just surfed for 3 hours, bro. You missed it. It was pumping. Oh, fuck.
What country are we in? Fuck.
Yeah. Where are we? France. No, you maggot. Oh, that's good. You got to have someone like that. You got to have someone like that on the crew, eh?
I know Parfit listens, but if I can bring the vibes, I love Parfit. He's been ripping too. He's in real good shape, and he's been ripping.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I've always thought he's been a ripper. Eh? I love his style.
I was at Mungers with him in summer, and like he did the biggest fucking hack right in front of me. It was so sick. And then just your day ones, Bones, NATO, you, Brooksy.
Well, I'm not a day one. I'm not a day oneer. I'm like a day twoer.
Oh yeah, but you know what I mean. Come on.
Yeah. So you put me in the A team, are you? Am I officially in the A, or am I just still A.2?
Yeah, so you got So the A team is you, Bones, NATO, Brooksy, and then the Misto invites is Joel and Tim, Parfit. Parfit will come. He's A team, really.
Yeah.
And then the Misto invites is Ads
and Liam.
Yeah.
Right.
What about yours?
What, my crew?
Yeah.
Oh, DeGoldie, and Lowy, and DeGoldie would not come. DeGoldie would not come. He definitely wouldn't. I reckon.
I need a bit of space, actually.
He'd come to Hawaii for sure. He'd come to Hawaii.
Yeah, he'd go to Hawaii. Yeah.
He'd meet us there at the tail end of the trip, and that'd be sick.
The only reason Hawaii didn't go on mine is because you put it on yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mm.
Who would I have? Oh, mate, it'd be you, be Frank. It would be
oh my god, you and Frank for 30 days.
Oh, yeah, maybe not. Oh. Could get heckos, man. Could get heckos. But no, I'd love him there. And Ads for sure. Yeah. How many people can I take? Probably both the Rodden twins for pure comical fun. Yeah. Oh, there's so many. How do you stop?
Someone's going to get offended that they didn't get the invite, eh?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. We should stop talking about it. We'll stop talking about it now.
This non-existent surf trap. Someone's going to get offended.
Yeah, exactly. Why did you say me?
Why did you say me?
On your list.
Can you imagine Wellesley for 30 days around the globe?
Oh, he'd be so fun. No, he'd be so fun to take on the trip. But yeah, he'd get eggy.
My god,
he gets
so intense, eh?
I love it. It's great.
I wonder if he'd go real serious because it's like he knows this is the time.
Yeah,
to hit these Misto waves.
I'd defo take Jai as well.
Yeah, so you got your one stand up, Jai.
Yeah, Jai. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, good chat.
He's my lone stand up.
Yeah,
and then some sort of photog. Probably Isherwood. Get him for photog and of course for surfing.
Yeah,
get Rhino over.
Yeah,
that'd be good, eh?
Oh mate,
yeah,
have a daydream about it because that's about it all we fucking do.
Yes. Hey, look, I reckon if you can get away once every 1 or 2 years somewhere overseas, I reckon you're doing good.
That's my aim now.
Yeah,
that's my aim now.
It's a good goal, eh?
I still really want to do Samoa with you and to that Aganoa.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah,
I'm keen for
on
that.
The other island.
Yeah, I'm super keen for that.
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be fucking sick.
Right, should we wrap it up? Should we talk about UFC? I need to pee.
Yeah.
I've been needing to pee for about an hour.
Oh,
I've been holding on piss, mate.
Oh,
full piss.
Piss up.
My bladder's pissed. Shall I do a wee, or should we? Because we want to have a wee chat about UFC, don't we?
Yeah, righto. Go and have a wee.
Okay, back soon.
Right.
I'll pause recording. Well, I'm back from my little wee break, and we're going to have a little yarn about this bloody weekend's tomorrow's UFC 293, 291. What is it?
291.
Not 291. 291.
Fragile.
Yeah. Fuck me. It's gonna be some action. First off, I wanted to address the shame of the Pereira versus Wonderboy fight. And did you see that Pereira bloody missed weight?
Yeah.
And fair enough. Wonderboy, I love Wonderboy. He refused to fight because he's like, nah, fuck this. I'm too old to fuck around with fighting with guys who are overweight. He's going to have a weight advantage over me. Yeah. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to put my foot down and say, you know what? Nah, I'm not fighting. Fuck it.
Oh, he's a veteran. He doesn't need to go through that shit.
Nah, exactly. Good on him. I reckon that was really cool of him to do that. Yep. And hopefully they'll just rematch and he'll missing weight's a fucking joke, isn't it? Either you're in the right weight class or it's too fucking hard. Go up a weight class, you know?
Oh, he's fucking huge, dude.
Yeah, he's massive.
Did you see how big Alex Pereira looked at the ceremonial weigh-ins today?
Well, I put it on the chat from the other night that I was talking about because they did, the wasn't the official ones, it was the first face-offs that they do, and I was like, fuck me, Pereira looks taller, broader, and bigger than Jan. And I'm just like, what is happening here? That should be the other way around.
How did that kind of get to middleweight, hey? That's crazy, man.
Yeah. I don't know how he got down. That would have been hard. Imagine the cutting of weight he would have had to endure to get down to that weight class.
Alex Pereira versus, say if the card fell apart tonight, right?
Yeah.
And they make the fight Alex Pereira versus Derek Lewis. Who wins? Well, I'll tell you who wins.
What do you mean? You're going from light heavyweight to heavyweight.
Yeah, who wins?
Pereira.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
The kid's a middleweight.
Yeah, well, he's not.
That's
really.
what I'm saying. Like, he's that big and that good. He'll beat most heavyweights.
He's definitely preferable in that light heavy space.
I think he would. There's a chance that he becomes light heavyweight champion, and then if he runs through that division, which he potentially could, I think he'd be like, "Fuck this! I'll go for heavyweight now."
I reckon he's
that big.
Yeah,
he's that big.
Yeah,
like, but it just astounds me that Izzy even fought him that many times and fucked him up. Like he lost, but 2 out of the 4 fights Izzy fucked him up good. Well, 3 out of the 4 fights actually.
He did. Yeah.
The second kickboxing fight, he fucked him up real good.
Smashed him over.
The first UFC fight nearly knocked him out, and then the third UFC fight completely flatlined him. And the guy was so much heavier than him. So
it was noticeable difference. But so that fight's going to be that fight between Jan and Poitin is going to be sick. It's going to be good. Fight. It's going to be a
real test, because I think Jan's going to go for the takedown and see if he can deal with it, eh?
Yeah, that's the true thing. Well, him training with Glover Teixeira.
Glover Teixeira. Aguara.
Brasilia.
Churrasco.
Yeah, I'm sure he's learning so much from him. So he should be fine on his takedown defense, I'd imagine. Be pretty good in that space. But we'll see. Fuck, the Polish power, though. You don't want to fuck with that. Get a fucking overhand right from Jan's going to send you nice.
Do you really nearly killed Dom Reyes?
Oh, that's right.
He just poleaxed the cunt.
I felt sorry for Dom because Dom come off the fucking John Jones fight hyped up. And he's probably had 4 losses in a row, man.
I know. So what's another? Obviously, Justin and Dustin. It's just going to be a banger.
You're picking Dusty's, eh?
I can't pick anyone. I can't. I think
I'm just going to flip it and say I'm flipping it. I'm going Justy.
Because Justin Gaethje nearly finished him quite a couple of times in that first fight, but that was when he fought pretty dumb.
Yeah,
he fights a lot smarter now, but still with that crazy sort of power.
Yeah,
And I think
uses
I
his
don't
head
know.
a bit better.
Yeah, it'll be hard to work out. I'm not sure. Just I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, good one.
It's gonna be sick.
Really
What else is a good fight? The Derek Lewis fight. That's always fun to watch the beast.
That'll be fun.
Have we fight?
He's got a 6-pack now. Did you see that?
No.
Fuck, man, he's in such good shape.
Is he actual?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's crazy. He weighs the same, but he's got like insanely in shape.
It's just shredded it up. That's awesome. My balls is hot. My balls is
My
sweaty.
balls was hot.
My balls is hot.
My balls. And
what other good fights are on there? I'm sure there's another couple real good ones.
It's a sick card, but I'm not like mega hyped about it. Like I'm just looking forward to it.
I'm pretty
pumped. Dan was on that. Like I watched that Dan fight the other day again.
Did you? Classic.
Oh,
I've only watched it maybe 3 times. I think that's it.
If he's in the running for a BMF title fight for sure.
Oh yeah, probably would be, eh?
Actually, I'm just looking up the fight card. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna do that right now. Could you share it so we can have a look?
Yeah. So what do we got? The prelims. Jake Matthews from Perth or Melbourne, I think he is. He's fighting.
Share the card, mate, so I can have a look. Share the graphic. Put the graphic up on the screen.
The graphic,
all right?
bro.
Put the graphic up, dude.
Share the graphic, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I don't really care about any of. I don't care about any of those fights except for Jake.
Well, Jake Matthews would be a goodie.
Yeah,
Jake Matthews would be a goodie.
It's a flag.
And then this one
prelims. That's the
here we go.
card.
That's
right. The Tony Ferguson
Tony
fight.
And Bobby.
Yes, let's talk about that. What do you think about Ferg? Is this his last fucking hurrah? If he gets pieced up, is it see ya, Tony? It's time to say goodbye.
He's weird, eh?
He gives the weird vibes, eh?
So weird, eh?
I love him though. I do love
creepy.
Him. He's definitely a different
creepy.
He's a different man, different human.
But so is Bobby. To me.
So is Bobby. Oh. So is Bobby Green though. Bobby's fucking pretty out there.
I wish Bobby Green was had better results because he'd actually be quite a star, I reckon.
Mm.
He just couldn't quite get elite, could he?
Yeah.
But he's like he's a real gangster. Like he turns up in the press conference in a fucking bulletproof vest and like he's just like a gangster rapper. I like it, but he
funny
just
as fuck.
Yeah.
I like Bobby.
Him.
I love both of their fighting styles, so it's gonna be such a fun fight. The one before
my favorite guy to watch was Tony Ferguson when he was on that crazy streak. Like he is just so wild. And then Michael Kiesi, Kevin Holland.
Yeah, it'll be. You should click on it and see the stats. That'll be a good fight. They're both pretty good. Both. It's a good even match actually. I still think Holland beats Chiesa. What do you think?
I think Chiesa's got him, eh?
Oh, okay, cool. That's your pick.
Yeah.
That's your pick.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think Chiesa's got him.
Okay. We'll see.
And then, so it'll be a good card. It'll just be real entertaining. I'm just not massive on it.
Yeah.
I did enjoy a couple of things from last weekend. I enjoyed Paul Craig getting the win at middleweight. That was pretty cool.
That was,
cool.
I really enjoyed that.
If he can handle that weight cut, he could do something at middleweight, eh? Like, that'd be pretty cool. The other one is we're 5 weeks out or 6 weeks out from UFC Sydney, and we still don't have a main event. They didn't want to make the Izzy versus Sean Strickland fight. Like, what the fuck?
I thought they were going to make that fight. That was it.
Because since our last podcast, it was meant to be DDP, but DDP saying that he can't fight in that short time.
Yeah.
Which for me is a cop out because fucking Izzy's been fighting on that short notice so often.
Injuries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like fucking DePussy's a bit of a pussy, eh?
The puss. I get it though. Like he's like, well, this is my one huge opportunity. I don't want to go into it compromised.
Fair enough, but yeah,
and they will make the fight.
Yeah,
they will make as long as Izzy stays champ. Because I guess Izzy is going to fight in Sydney, but we just don't know who.
It'll be Stricko.
Surely, but Izzy saying people are saying that the UFC don't want to make it.
What? I thought it was almost a done deal. I thought it was. No, a done deal.
That's what I'm hearing. They don't want to make it.
Oh, well, who else would jump in then? Not Robert Whittaker, definitely not.
No, fuck no.
Yeah.
There
has
could
to be Strickland.
I have a feeling that there might be a light heavyweight title fight coming up for Izzy in 6 weeks' time.
Really? The vacant one?
Yeah.
Against what?
Because they might be trying to set up. They might be trying to set up Izzy versus Pohatan 3.
Oh, but that's not enough time for Pohatan to.
No. I mean, like, if September. Alex wins his fight tomorrow,
yeah,
then they give a vacant title shot to Izzy and say Yuri Prohaska.
I don't know if Yuri will be back in time for September, will he? He might.
I don't know. Maybe.
I heard them say that he's back at the end of the American summer. So when's that? Is that the end of our winter? So what? August.
End of
August. He might be ready for September. Yeah. That'd be sick.
Imagine Izzy him and Izzy.
Izzy versus Yuri is like my dream fight. Oh. I love both those guys. Well, Izzy. Do
you know who I've got in that?
I love Yuri. He's probably my favorite fighter, to be honest. Yuri.
Yeah, I've got Yuri.
Oh,
I've got Yuri in that.
Same, me too.
He's too big Yuri. And too powerful for Izzy. I think too crazy.
I think Izzy will struggle to read his style.
Yeah. I think Izzy will just eat a fucking gigantic punch or kick that he just doesn't see coming,
or a knee or an elbow.
Yuri's something crazy.
Freakish. Yeah.
If you want to talk about poor Dom Reyes, you want to talk about Dom Reyes nearly getting killed. You think what fucking Jan did to him was bad. Do you remember what Yuri did to him?
Yuri did.
It was like he killed him. He didn't
elbowed.
He didn't fall. He crumpled. As in life just went out of my body.
Oh, he died for a second or two, eh? He actually died for a little bit. Yeah, mate.
I'm going to play that finish.
That was one of the most sickening knockouts, and that was one of wasn't that Yuri's spin around back first? Oh no, spin
the
elbow,
spinning back elbow.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, fuck me. That was so clever to think would have been all instinctual. He would have felt the range. He was in too close to do a punch, so he just spun, elbow, not lights out, bro. See ya.
It does this weird. Hang on, let me just have a look at this.
Do you remember
when Dom was on the ground and he up kicked Yuri and he knocked him out. He knocked Yuri out, and then the guy slid down his body. We've talked about this on the podcast before.
Oh yeah,
in that fight. And Yuri's woke up halfway down the ground.
Was that the one against Glover?
No, the one against Dom Reyes.
Oh, sorry.
I think I've got it here.
You got the graphic, dude. You got the fucking
graphic, bro. I just have the feeling that we might see something crazy, which I actually hate for Izzy. Because it showed that. It actually showed that he needed to put on the size. He needed to put the size on, to beat Jan, and he didn't.
He's not going to have enough time to do it for September. I don't think they'll do that. I don't reckon Izzy would take that fight. I don't reckon he's going up. I don't believe that. I reckon it's going to be Strickland.
I don't know, man. It might not be anybody.
I think it'll be Stricko's. No, I think it'll be Stricko's, mate. Izzy versus Stricko.
Yeah. Tell me if this is chipping, mate.
It's not too bad. There's some elbows from Dom.
Here we go. Watch this. See that?
Right, I've just paused. Yeah.
And watch this. He slides down his body.
Yeah.
He got knocked out. And he even said and he woke up on top of him.
Hey, dude, we're gonna get copyrighted for this. So it's gonna.
Well, I'll just pause it for the
edited
finish. I think as long as you don't play it for too long, eh?
No, I don't know. We didn't play it for long that last episode, and we got fucking pinged.
Here we go.
Look how close he is. The range, bang.
Oh my god.
Oh, that
Oh,
knockout was so brutal. He was out before he hit the ground.
they were like,
Dead.
cut away. I reckon the director on the camera was like, cut away now.
Yeah, cut away.
I reckon they were like,
Yeah.
oh wait, now I think he might have just killed him. Like,
yeah, that was scary.
so psycho.
Because it came out of nowhere, and Dom was covering up, not really sort of seeing anything happening, and then just boom, spin, elbow, dead.
Yeah. Here's a baseball bat
Yuri.
to the face.
I love everything about Yuri. I love his fucking commitment to his art. He's like full ninja man, Viking ninja. He's out in the woods with pads on the fucking trees, kicking, punching like a fucking out of a storybook. You know, it's fucking cool, man. I love wild. It. Like having a movie about him would be the same, like some fantastical movie where he has to kill the bad guys. You know, like something like that would be sick. You know, as a character like that. Fuck, he's classic.
Hey, I think the last UFC one for me was how good's the meatball Molly and Patty the Batty backlash, eh? Like everybody's just so over them now.
Good.
Like fuck.
Good. Because Molly got fucking pieced up real quick in her last fight.
Oh, she's like,
average.
hey,
so over.
Like she'd kick our fucking asses. She knows a lot more about fighting than we do, but goddamn, like just from a, you know, like we're like clued up watchers. She didn't know what she's doing on the ground, eh? Like,
no idea.
Tim Bromley would be able to tell you what she's doing wrong.
It's right. He would.
Tim Bromley would be able to tell you.
He's brown belt, I think. He's brownie.
He's brownie.
He's brownie.
And then Patty the Batty, you can see like everybody, like, every time he does a post, everybody's just
really. I
don't
see his post because I think he's a fucking tosser, mate. Eh? Like, I used to like him at the start, and then I was like, oh, actually, this guy's a fucking drone. And then when he lost that fight, and the judges gave it to him, and he still claimed that he won it. I was like, oh, you're an actual knob, mate.
He was delusional.
You won that fight? What the fuck?
He was delusional. Like
he was buying tickets to his own show, mate. He had no idea what was going on.
He it all went to his head, eh? Like you could see it. He was so delusional.
Delusional.
He even said to the guy backstage, "You can take a massive punch." It's like, you didn't even hit me. Like you could see Jared Gordon was like, "You didn't even hit me. What are you talking about?" The guy like Patty's holding his face like, you could take him. Oh, I can't do the Scouser accent. You could take a fucking massive punch. You know, it's like, what are you talking about? You've cooked, mate. I loved this UFC fight. That was really fun. And then after that, I was like, you're a drone, mate. You're a wet fart.
He's a dry fart,
mate. Wet fart.
He's got those. They hyped them up too much. UFC did. Molly and Patty, they gave them way too much hype, but they kind of wanted to. You know, they wanted to focus a bit of attention in their fan base in the UK and build that up. You know, it all makes sense. It's all money. It's all dollar bills, y'all.
Dollar bills, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Come on, mate.
All right, should we wrap it up and say goodnight?
Oh, that was a bit of a marathon one, wasn't it?
That was a good 2-hour. You
know,
that was a 2-hour, I reckon.
Jeez.
The Tooza. I can't be fuck playing Apex now, but
we're going to play.
I probably can't.
You promo.
Oh, you really want me to, don't you?
Promo.
I'm going to be useless, mate. I'm tired.
I don't care.
I haven't played since last time with you.
Good.
I haven't literally played once.
Good. Let's go get into some Tokyo servers and get racist.
All right, mate.
Joking, everyone.
Oh, of course we are. Of course we are. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We love you lots and stay cool. That's my ironing board over there. That's a new thing. I usually pull it out of the shot, but I just want you to know how shit my ironing board is. It's actually a big rip down there. So me and the ironing board are saying good night from Man Swoo and Greymouth.
Good night from Man Swoo in South New Brighton.
The coldest water in New Zealand.
Yeah, we won't be here for much longer. We'll be somewhere else, but I'd say we will buy another house in South New Brighton, but it's just a better house.
You like that area?
Oh, mate, I love it here. I can love it here.
It's good.
Yeah. Wouldn't want to really live anywhere else in Christchurch, but yeah.
All righty. All right. Shush now.
Okay.
All right. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.